New year, new figs, new custom, new elites. Yeah, we're going to get into it right now. We got 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch of yeet coming straight at you. Yeet, yeet, yeet. You guys have been asking for it, so we're going to go ahead and deliver. Today, we're going to cover the best elite, ultimate editions, customs, fix-ups. This box has got a whole new edition too. This one has actually just been added, as well as a whole bunch that we're going to cover within this box. This one, though, I got to say high ranked on my list of ultimate editions. His single release was done up quite like no other, and I feel like with the added additions from his elite figure, oh my goodness, you guys, drop a like if you guys want to see all of the new customs, all of the new fix-ups, as well as go in the comments. What was your favorite figure of 2024? Because for me, you guys, there was quite a bit. I mean, when we saw Bron Breakker being released here in multiple different sets, and then we got the earlier days of the Steiner Bros, I was like, we got to do some mixy. We got to do some mashy. This is probably bringing the closest reminiscent to his NXT run. If you guys followed him back in the earlier days, this is kind of very similar to one of the gears that he did wear. This is basically the Scott Steiner from the Ringside exclusive set mixed in right there with his Ultimate Edition skin. Ultimate Edition actually has not been released, but don't you worry, buddy boy, because we are going to cover it right here in this video. That's right. We had Bron Breakker in several different forms. So Ultimate, yeah, we're going to get down to the nitty. Here's CM Punk, best in the world, best Ringside exclusive in the world? I don't know. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about SCS or are we talking about his Ultimate Edition? Now, one thing that I would love to do to this figure, obviously, as you can see where it's all stemming to. I definitely want to get this converted to the SCS in Ultimate Edition format. So I want to swap out those kick pads. I want to do that militant look right there, do a little repaint, do some camo action. Drop a like, you guys, if you would love to see that through. Because personally, that Ultimate, man, you cannot get enough. And I feel like that applies right there to Jay. His Elite was great. His Jimmy. Yeah, it was Jimmy. I'm pretty sure. Jimmy was the one that came with the solid black trousers. And I was like, dude, we also need Jay. I mean, you think about Jey Uso. When you talk about promo gears, this is kind of like the look that we're asking for. So why hasn't Mattel given this to us? I don't know. But I can guarantee you that Mattel will eventually end up releasing this come 2025. Also, the other thing that I would love to do, would love to pick up another Jimmy Uso. Not just only for Jay, but also for Roman Reigns. I feel like if we were to mix in these legs right here, like promo style, big dog tribal chief style of pants, swap him out right here with what he's got going on in his Ultimate. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think that would be a true thing of beauty. So yes, be sure to drop a like because that Roman Reigns top notch as far as Ultimate releases. And we're going to continue the party because when I said best figures, I wasn't just talking about Bloodline. No, we ended up doing kind of like a fantasy theme. I feel like fantasy gears are something that needs to be played out. And I'm sure I can guarantee you that this is potentially something we could very much well see right here with Logan Paul. We've seen a similar Wolverine style of gear, but like full blown out inspired as to what you're seeing right here. It hasn't been done. Mattel, Logan Paul, work something out, get it figured out. Because I'm telling you, when I said Jey Uso, that was an understatement. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about great figures? Right here. This one, probably as far as like posability and like true form of playing. I mean, the Ultimates are great and all. I love them, but I feel like the Elites give you a lot more to work with when it comes to actuality and the representation of the person itself. Like, nothing to take away from that, but these ones just feel a lot better at hand. Now, as far as Dominic Mysterio, he's been chasing the Mamacita all of 2024. What do you do when you can't get it? You go to the Dirty Sanchez route. That's right. WHF Figgy fam has rolled up in here because as great as this Ultimate Edition figure was, this man needed a Dirty Sanchez. So the fact that we got it here now, that is just something that we've been wanting, as well as early January release. That is correct. We have, Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, and I believe Solo Sikoa that are going to be brought up here in Ultimate. But one thing ended up happening, and it led one thing to another. Guy was hanging out backstage. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was like, I need to help you out, Finn Balor. You need to get turned up with some UE love. And this is kind of what we're going to be seeing here in the very near future. Obviously, the tight design, it's not being represented. It is just a solid black tights. But we have seen that for Balor. So I don't see the reason as to why that wouldn't play out. Now, one thing that has played out very, very smoothly, it's got to be Jimmy's hair bit. Now, you talk about his like earlier Ultimate, the very first Ringside exclusive, that hair piece, I don't know if you guys had the same problems that I did, but I definitely had a lot of QC issues. Now, when we ended up popping that skin right there, from that Elite onto his Ultimate, as well as mixing in the hair bit, oh my gosh, you guys, this one is already gone up at least a couple of notches from its first initial release. Ciampa 2, another man that needed a desperate release. Maybe not with all them QC issues in the head, but yes, we haven't gotten a Ciampa nice long trunks look in quite some time. It's got to be several years. It's got to be at least 3 years in the making, maybe even more. I'm going to have to check my reference, but last we got a Ciampa. It wasn't current. It wasn't updated. So again, best figures. Yeah, I don't know. That for me personally, I love Ciampa. I loved him in NXT. I love what he's doing in the main roster, and I love that War Games brought its own little touch to Cody Rhodes. That is correct. Now, if you guys remember, during that whole pay-per-view, this guy was all camoed up. So we kind of had to do our own representation. Once we mixed it in there with the nice cloth goods from the Ringside exclusive, his most recent, love this, you guys. This is what the American Nightmare wanted to represent, and I feel like it was represented in so many more ways than one. Elite, check. Ultimate, check. Even some of the WWE Superstar basics were pretty good, but this one, when you talk about like true authenticity, true representation, and just a true overall look, maybe not those damn pins on that long jacket, but you guys get the gist. This figure is one that was sitting very high in 2024 as far as the best Ultimates of all time. His very first one by Mattel Creations, nowhere near as good as to what we got with that damn figure. Now, you want to talk about Ringside exclusives? Hey, yo, it's Big Sexy. No, not the bad guy, although we should very much well be talking about Scott Hall as well, because these two kind of go hand in hand. But for me personally, out of the two, this one right here was the one that I was waiting for. Now, the very first one, which was based off his Diesel, I believe that one was also a Mattel Creations exclusive. Very difficult to come by as far as this style of look with the torso, as far as the singlet. I mean, that one was black, but you could have done so many things with it, and we did. So the fact that Ringside has released their own version in the bright red, you can easily categorize this figure in my top 3. And I will give you my top number 1, but again, you're going to have to stay tuned to the end of the video if you want to find out what all of 2024 brought right here with Mattel. This one in its own right, you guys, this is not a fix-up. This one was just straight off the Elite run, but I love that wolf. Anytime you get a full moon, ow, 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 this guy comes out to play. And I feel like Bron Breakker, he's been playing his own field. He's also been playing the entire roster. I mean, this guy has just really evolved, and one that we cannot wait. Because you guys know, 2025, we're going to see the rest of the Bloodline right here. And I feel like the werewolf, the Samoan werewolf, I can't wait for that damn figure. So we made our own little version. Again, temporary placeholder, but for the time being, definitely doing right there, right for the collection. Eddie Guerrero too. Honestly, I could have filled up this entire damn box with Eddies. If you guys been following the channel, and if you haven't, obviously, subscribe. Go on the channel. Check out all of the videos that we've done, especially when it comes to customs. This one still, though, is going to be labeled as my top Eddie Guerrero Ultimate Edition. I mean, it's the WWE title run, bro. This is when the man won the damn title. Obviously, if you guys do recall, this one was based off a different torso. It was like this really big style of Triple H. The guy was all tan, man didn't tan, and for some reason Mattel made him tan, so we had to fix it up. So very thankful to see that Eddie being properly represented in Mattel figure format. Now this guy right here, pretty sure, yeah, right around the corner, also scheduled for his Ultimate Edition. But again, this one was doing justice. This one has filled in the void until that release. And I feel like Mankind is going to have to fill in that spot until we get the Ultimate Edition Cactus Jack or the Ultimate Edition Dude Love. This one was part of the Monday Night War series, and I did a whole bunch of stuff with this figure. So be sure to check out all that because, again, that's not something that we like waiting around for, especially for an Attitude Love figgy right there for the WHF Figgy Heart. Solo Sikoa, too. Brought a couple of different representations. I mean, when you talk about Elite, we did get the very first corrected torso within this, but then we got like the top picks, which was based off his very first Elite, which had also the black trunks with the bigger torso. But I like the bright red, man. Street Champ put me down. Honestly, the only thing that could level up this figure, it's got to be these legs, man. I feel like the trunks should be a little bit longer, kind of like what we saw right there with that basic. But again, that's something you got to stay tuned because right here, another, no matter of fact, we got all of them. We got literally every single buzzard, every single rabbit. When you talk about Wyatt family, you cannot leave out one of the best right here. When you're talking about like current roster, obviously Bray Wyatt, he's got his own shelf, but this man right here, Bo Dallas, why not? Why not Howdy? I'll tell you why not. Because, I don't know, maybe they're going to reveal this come SDCC. Drop a like if you guys think that Mattel needs to release an Ultimate Edition Uncle Howdy. Again, we don't wait around here. So if you don't want to wait around here for figures to finally be released and you want to see custom fix-ups, this is the channel to do so. And this also applies for Jimmy because we actually ended up doing our very own Ultimate Edition Bloodline style of look. This one was truly, it was an ultimate release, but again, we got it all converted. We got the man all ultimate, utilizing that ringside exclusive, a little bit of repaint skis, a little bit of leg swappies, and then we were able to bring the rest of the Wyatt family. Now this one, very, very highly categorized within the ranking. I love this mask. Mixing it in right there with the plaid, with them John Cena style of shorts. Why not? I mean, posability, you got all the damn options. Now here's the thing. As you guys did know, I made my own Ultimate Edition Bron Breaker, but we got to do a couple of different things, right? We got a little head swappy. You got to get both representations, not just the ringside exclusive, but also our very own version. And if you're wondering why the hell he's wearing his jacket, he actually ended up wearing something very similar on one of his promos. So I slipped it onto my Ultimate, called it a day, wrapped it up, and say, yo, man, what the hell are you going to do with me now? Well, obviously, this is going to be the one that we're going to be using regularly, but you got to have a couple of different looks. So John Cena, bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Why? I don't know why. We just had to do it. You can't say 2025 without John Cena. And you can't say Judgment Day without this lad. Now, here's the thing. There's original gear that was released. I want to acetone. This is utilizing the Daniel Bryan torso, but I want to acetone that little bit of green on the knee pads, on the kick pads, on the trunks. This man, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but we definitely need a Judgment Day update on that. Now, here it is. Here is the grand finale. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. This one is something that he just needs to bring back, man. This camo gear, even though it's remaining bits from his Ultimate, I would love to see this, especially you've seen all of my camo custom geared inspired figures. This one would be the cake topper. But if you want to talk about ranking number one, what was WHF Figgy Boy's favorite figure? Look, there was quite a bit. I mean, honestly, you could pick from any of these, but when it comes to like regular release, it's still hands down has got to be Eddie Guerrero from the Monday Night Wars. I mean, really, any Eddie fan will tell you this right now that this was the torso that we were waiting for. So the fact that we got it with the WCW gear, I ain't complaining, man. One thing I will tell you is that literally anybody's favorite Ultimate, Elite, or Custom could be different from what you did see in today's video. So again, be sure to go in the comments. Tell me what your favorite figure was. I don't care if it was an Elite. I don't care if it was an Ultimate. Or I don't care if it was like a custom version of something that Mattel needs to release. Please, Mattel, please, we need an Uncle Howdy Ultimate Edition. Go in the comments, man. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and go to sleep.